Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday night, Sunday, popcorn, chocolate. Welcome to It Happened on a Sunday. And I'm still a little jet lagged, so I'm trying to figure out what day it is. Let's see, it is Sunday, and I am back in the USA, and I'm actually in Virginia. In the Federal Witness Protection Program. Oh no, don't, sorry. Something like that. I came here to, I got some guests coming up in a little bit. I came here to help celebrate, or be a part of a celebration. A wonderful couple. Guys, you know really well, Stephen and Kat. And I see some comments in here. And Renee was wondering who was, she heard some chewing. She's wondering who was chewing, because the cameras are live. So I'm not going into an interface this time. I'm going, it's live microphone. So, and we have a live audience. We have, right now there are 4 people watching and 2 dogs and a cat. I don't know where the cat went. Well, technically 2 cats. 2 dogs, 2 cats. Hey Brett. Hi Renee. Boat FB2. We're in Virginia is for lovers. Lovers got married yesterday too. Hey Sarah, Sarah's on. Hey Sarah. Twitch and DFW, we got Dallas in the house, we got Florida, we got Washington, Oregon. I thought I saw, I was glancing over. We got Tallahassee. Hey Rob. Paul Ray, Rosie. Tacoma, Washington. We got Nashville. Oh, Def Con Clark. You're not directly in Nashville, right? You're outside of Nashville, right? Tanea. We got Montana, Wyoming, and Shauna Marie Sings? Is that, I can't, oh, yeah. I'm blocking my own view here. I haven't seen your name on here in a while. Welcome back. I don't know if you've been watching and just not commenting, but, because I can't see who's not commenting. But anyway, thank you for joining. And I should probably have this over there so you're not looking at my left ear. Oh, look at that. So there's a director. I have Geronimo's directing. I'm like, I don't know what to do myself. I don't have to press a lot of buttons. This is great. This is great. I'm doing something wrong here. Fuck it. I was gonna have to call a computer tech person. Hey mom, my mom's on. Hi Pam, Pam's on. Okay. Twitch and DFW, Dallas in the house. Brian. Hey Brian. Brian Agner. Yes, I had a great time down in my trip down under. Def Con Clark here in Tennessee. Rosie's loving the giggles. Defcon Clark, your Nags has become Defcon Clark. Bought. He came to a show I did, and you didn't come to the Nashville show. You came to the Montgomery, Alabama show, and he tried one of my Nags guitars, and then he bought one on the spot from Scott Rockman's, which is awesome. So it's quickly become your number one. That's awesome. That's great to hear. Holidays loving the giggles as well. All right, we got popcorn. It's Sunday. I got popcorn and I got chocolate. Look at that. There's a glass of chocolate. And lava rocks. Ooh, cool. So I'm going to do more popcorn, and I'm eating with the wrong hand. I'm gonna have to get some hot chocolate in there, because that's where we are. It's winter outside, it's cold. See? Even cash agrees. All right, I'm gonna play just a little bit more now and then bring up a guest. Can you put up Rex? And then slideshow. All right. That was a little bit of yesterday. That was the I didn't ask permission if I could use those photos version of the slideshow. There are other photos, but I didn't ask permission, so I hope I can run out of town here. This is my guest, my first guest tonight, Stephen, the groom. The groom. How's that feel? The groom.
Doesn't feel that. I mean, I'm still getting used to this.
Have you got used to playing with it on?
I actually took it off yesterday, and I told her, I said, I'm gonna put this right back on.
Yeah, don't do it.
And
Get used to playing it.
well, she got me another one too. That's soft.
Uh-huh.
It's like a rubber one.
Just use it as a slide.
You have a joke about me playing slide.
Oh, not
Is
what?
that I should put it down and think about what I've done.
You know, I did a tour where the artist asked me, he said, "You play slider?" I said, "Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn."
That means no.
No, I'm not from Chicago. I'm not from Mississippi. I
have friends who can play slide. So
I have lots of friends that play killer slide, but I can't play slide. So Stephen, you got married yourself.
I did.
Did you have fun?
I had more fun than should really be allowed, and I'm so happy that everybody else did too.
Yeah, it was a wedding concert, and people kept bringing it up. I've never been to a wedding concert.
As non-tradish as somebody said as you could get, and that's exactly what we were going for.
Yeah.
We wanted to do our own thing, and to Kat's credit, she put 99% of that together by herself.
You know what? And knowing Kat, I totally believe that.
There was discussion at one point that she was also going to mix
Yes.
the actual ceremony while she was in it.
Yeah, I was like,
So,
no, you can't do that.
My bride is a far more capable person than I. And, now I get to call her my wife, and it's pretty cool.
There you go. Stephen Harmony in New York says congratulations. Sarah says, I know it was amazing. Brett said, haha. But I think he wished you well before that.
We got your lovely gift too, Brett. Thank you 100 times over.
You can't send him a gift before I give him a gift, Brett. Oh, you're not here. Slow it down.
I can't imagine you doing more than you have
What's
the last few days. Because Larry's a great music director too. Because this little room had like 15 people in it.
I was just trying to rein in some chaos.
Right.
A little bit of chaos. Just a
Or
little bit.
Larry has a very gentle way of being like, and we're back.
Hey, Bill. Bill Edwards is on. We're talking Alabama. Actually, Bill, you're not. Are you in Costa Rica right now? Are you back in? Are you in Bama? Hi, Lindsay. Lindsay gave the double heart. Lindsay, I didn't bring. And I know Muddy probably has a tuxedo in that. I haven't even looked in his. I have, Muddy thing. So.
His whole wardrobe.
I have Muddy has a camping tent and just like this. Muddy has a wardrobe. So I should have checked to see if there was a tux in there, but I did not.
Cash wore his tuxedo.
Cash wore his tuxedo. Oh, I got a picture of Cash in a tuxedo. Rosie's holding the cat in her heart. And so forth and so forth. Thank you guys for your comments. So, in the ceremony part, the person that married you, that was I've never heard a ceremony like that, Marcos.
That was Marcos.
I can't even do it justice trying to describe it. maybe at some point they'll get the video, and if they want to share that, because there's no way to do it. It was amazing. It was unique. And it was bookend. It was part of the bookend of the night between that and your brother speech, which was great. They both were like, "Wow, this is." You couldn't have, you couldn't have sat down and written that out and go, "You started, you ended." It was hilarious. It was emotional. It was great. It was really great. He had this. I only describe it as the bishop hat from a chess set on there, and. That's cool. So I started with that song, Tears of a Woman, and then you guys came on, and then I was leaving. Kat thought, you can't leave, you're playing in the ceremony. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what these people are. And then I was trying my hardest, because I had a short cable, to stay out of all the photos. Because I was right behind Steven, and I was like, no, every photo is going to have like this gleaming cowboy hat, dark figure in the back. So I'm like unplugging, I'm getting further out of the way, and the captain photographer was moving more in that angle. Finally, I ended up on the steps just to stay out of it. And then we played this song. Is it Promise? Is that the
song? Yes. I wrote this in 2021, actually with Cash in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay.
In the dorm when we were studying together, and I still have a picture of it somewhere. That heavy case that this guitar fits in.
Yes.
He could coil himself in the bout part of the guitar case.
Nice.
And
he was young, very small.
He was a little bit smaller than he is right now, but he can really get in a compact space. So that poor dog had to listen to me and my neighbor / class partner, TJ. And had to listen to me hammer this thing out, and I hadn't even asked you to marry me yet, and I had already started writing a song.
Because you knew.
Because I knew I would trip over myself if I had to like actually read my vows like a normal person. And another dear friend of mine, Chris Sharp from New York, who came down yesterday, he tells me afterward, he's like, "You were out of your mind. You let her go first. You may have played a song, but her vows took you to school."
That was no joke.
Like,
Kat came on with this, like, she had a tablet because she probably couldn't hold a book if it was printed. And she read this stuff, and it was great, and it was very emotional, and it was just like, that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. Oh, Steven's got to go on after
I'm like,
this.
oh, great.
Great.
I gotta play this little song that I wrote, right? Like, and I had this idea, like, yeah, she's gonna do her thing. I'll let her go first because I'm just gonna drop this, right, and own the room. And we're even married yet, and she crushed me. Like, and she says I'm the writer, which is kind of a non-thing.
You did great with the writing and the delivery. The delivery is amazing.
Started crying within like 3.5 like words into it.
Yep.
You got it out of the way. You know?
Oh no, it happened again, and then on page like 52, it happened again.
Well, you didn't. You know, I was sitting over in this corner just now when we were thinking about Rex, so I got a good cry on before I got on camera. So
I had your dad there, right there.
We had Dad.
Rex was in attendance,
and Cash is over there. We'll get a shot of Cash in a little bit. Actually, the dogs are they're done.
yeah.
They've had way too much bourbon, way too much vodka, Long Island iced teas. They're out.
Cash will mess with pedals though. That's why, and he loves his kennel. That's like his safe place. That's his house. And he's actually in his kennel right now because I'm so afraid he's gonna come over
Very chilled.
and like trigger the looper or do something like that because he loves to mess with all these wonderful toys that we have. And he's turned some things on and off before, so I could totally see that happening. And Dexter is just out. He is completely. Dexter's a big fan though. Dexter's been, well.
There's Cash. That's Cash on the screen right there.
He's had a big weekend.
And Dexter looks like pretty much the same, just in a different position.
Dexter just kind of deflated. He can't hear very well anymore, but he still watches the show every Sunday.
Alright, so this song, let me make sure I'm in tune. What's the first one? What's the verse words?
First verse?
First verse.
Tuesday, 10:30, I finally told you. And of course, I've been singing for 3 days straight, and Geronimo and I decided to make a little campfire earlier, so yeah, I'm sure I'm in real good form here.
You got the
This, oh yeah, I didn't explain why or the point of the song. I tried to capture some of our history in it, because it really wasn't easy. We didn't meet at the best time in life. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Just I couldn't have done it in a perfect way, because it's just not how I do things. So a whole bunch of the lines in here are all about stuff that happened to us. I told her I loved her on a Tuesday night after she dragged it out of me, fumbling around for and then I backpedaled for 3 minutes, and finally she's like, I love you too, which was, okay, stupid, I love you, just stop. And we met for coffee the next day. And I went to, it was Price Chopper up the street from my place at the time, because I had to bring something, right? Like I met this incredible woman, and I'm absolutely crazy about her, and we're going to talk about this. And I couldn't think of what to do, so I went in and I found the tiniest rose that they had in the little flower section. It was just like a clipping. And so I'm telling the guy why I need this and what I need it for. So he's like, well, I gotta charge you something. And so I paid 42 cents for that. And she still has it somewhere. And I gave it to her. And then when we were staying in Kansas, when we were building this house, there was a period of time where we were kind of homeless. And nothing like being in your late 40s, you bring your girl home to meet your mom.
You married a homeless musician?
I did.
Yeah. After she met my mom, and then we lived with her parents for 10 weeks. So I had arrived in life.
You're doing the music life.
I was, yeah.
Rock music.
I finally lived the rock and roll dream and found out it wasn't what I expected. And but we found ourselves, we had gone to this coffee shop to chat, and I had told her, I said, if we do this, if you give your time and your devotion to me, I promise to do this, I promise to do this, I promise to do that. We make all these oaths to each other, and it's not what you say today, it's what you do today, tomorrow, 3 weeks, 3 years from now. And so that was part of the theme of the song. But it's 2022? I can't remember, 2021. We found ourselves in the same coffee shop, same month, same day, same table. And I figured this out while I'm sitting there talking to her. I have no ring, I have no plan, I have no words, but I'm like, I'm not gonna miss this. This is gonna happen. So I asked her right there in the coffee place, and she said yes, and I said, okay, here we go. Best decision I ever made. She kind of messed up, but once she said yes, I told her she couldn't take it back. And we've been very, very happy together, and this really just made it official. But
I think you both did well, really well.
Wouldn't trade you for anything. So, especially you picked the right person when there's been more than one circumstance where she's like, well, I don't know why you wouldn't buy that guitar. So she was a keeper for that. In fact, this is actually the guitar that I wrote and recorded that song. It will be on the record. Our mutual friend Martin, once again, helped me put it together. Sounds a little different than we played it yesterday, but I actually liked yesterday's version a little bit more. So.
There were live versions and there were record versions.
I hope it's the sign of a good song when you can play it more than one way.
Sign is you could do it anyway, and people still love it.
Because most of my favorite songs have, kind of a live version. Or
In fact, with production, with a great song, all you have to do is stay out of the way. It can be done a million different ways. Nothing you're gonna do is gonna make it better, or some things you can do to make it worse. But in general, just stay out of the way, and it's gonna be great. And that song can be played live so many different ways. Or like when we get a song that's covered by another artist in a completely different genre, and it still works. It was a great song to start with.
Well, if anybody wants to, I was smart enough to copyright my stuff, so you can't have it, but maybe you can use it.
Just so I don't mess this up, so we got and what's the bridge?
Bridge is.
Got it.
See, Larry can learn a song in like 2 minutes.
No. No.
Because he's done this to me. Like, it's this, and this. We'll play it later. And like, I'm making little notes and putting them on the floor so I don't embarrass myself, because he can remember things. Like, I forget the words and the chords to my own song. So
You saw me tonight, man, forgetting parts, whole sections. Whole sections going, oh yeah. And I'm looping going, this isn't right.
but it's coming back.
I'm just gonna have to rewrite it on the spot. There we go. Alright, so this is Promise.
I've done no vocal anything today, so we'll do it live.
Tuesday, 10:30, I finally told you about that feeling I tried so hard to ignore. Not alone, but always lonely, instead of one and only. Well, it turned out that we've both been there before. I wish the road to get here had been easy, but I'm thankful for the history that we made. I remember our old coffee shop. You kissed me in the parking lot, and from the day I've never been the same. Today I stand before you, and everything we've been through, to have found you has been worth it after all. What was slumbering inside, waiting for you to arrive. You played the song as strange as it may sound. I'm gonna love you till they put me in the ground. We both know how it feels to be unhappy, broken pieces fit so perfectly. Through all my mistakes, you're on my side always, and you know me for the man I try to be. I'm certain that I met you for a reason, and I meant it when I said don't ever change. Give each other once for all. The past we can't outrun. When it's hard, we never walk away. Today I stand before you, and everything we've been through, to have found you has been worth it after all. And these vows aren't just reciting more than words, romantic writing. All our secret songs and funny scenes, forevermore, together you and me. Someday when we're old and I am older, and my work is done, the days ahead of you, live to be 100 wouldn't be enough now for all the time I wanna spend with you. So today we're here together, forever. To have found you has been worth it after all. And these vows aren't just reciting more than words, romantic writing. Everything we have and that we'll find.
that moment where I suddenly lost my voice. 3 days of just hammering on it. It's just,
Yeah, that's great. You did it. It's great. We don't have a chair for another guest.
I can share with her.
Really? Sure.
It's a big chair, and we're gonna share everything else. So.
There you go. Your hat. This is Kat.
Seriously, Larry,
Surprise.
I did not know that I was going to be crying for the 4th day in a row straight. Thank you.
You just got married. You'll be quiet the rest of the whole month. You'll be quiet every day this month at some point.
Well, thankfully, there's only a few days left.
Well, the month starts with, I'm going to mess up Geronimo's shot here. I get a director and I'm going to piss him off. Oh, there we go.
You see what half looks like in a marriage, right? Like, I have half of my butt
Half.
and one leg.
Oh,
here.
Stephen, you don't technically have you have animals, so
Yes.
you have half, and then your half gets divided by for the animals, so you get whatever they give you. Right. Tanea says, Sarah says, congratulations from DFW. You know these people because you
Yeah.
watch.
These are
You
part of
guys,
our community.
I'm not in half. I'm taking up too much space here in the shot. Get the hankies.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I mean, I know the mic was live, but you heard those sniffles in there, I'm sure.
One of the things that's been really neat is this community has been kind of with us through our journey together, and that's been super fun too. Like some folks, like I've only been in the same room with once, or like I'll say this: Brett and I are bros, we're pals. We've never been in the same state, I think, at the same time. But we feel very close to these people too. I see Brett, Sarah, Renee, Rosie.
Rock with Humpkins, Bill Edwards.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Miss Sarah.
I don't know who Cookie Monster is, but
I'm not sure.
I feel like
that's somebody you wanna be friends with.
I think I need, yeah.
But that's
I think we
on
need to be friends with
YouTube.
them.
Cookie Monster. You can tell us who you are if you want. You don't have to. I mean, there's a certain amount of anonymity. Lots of comments. The love is coming.
No, Cash wasn't our ring bearer. He
did get to dress up though.
he did in his tuxedo. He was handsome.
One of his
Oh,
his relatives was there.
yeah. I'm sorry. Rock with Tump is Brian, not Bill. Bill Edwards is Camp Hill, Alabama. Sorry, Brian. That's Brian Bartlett.
Got it. Oh, got it.
Yeah. I just looked at it and just went to Alabama. I didn't go to which city in Alabama.
I actually had a reference to Alabama in a song yesterday, although it was simply referred to as
Bama.
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 Bama. All right. So this is do you guys? Well, I can show them the house, but you designed this house, yes?
Part of it.
Parts of it. We had a shell to start with, and we designed the different rooms, and yeah.
The various guitar rooms.
We realized after we fit.
Do you have more than one guitar?
How many did I bring yesterday?
I think there was like 6 guitar changes.
I played 5, but we had a wonderful, like 2/3 of our band was from Kansas City. Some wonderful people that you saw.
Which is home for me and has became home for Steve.
It was a second home to me, and so I figured, if all these guys are going to get on the plane, least I could do is provide the instruments. So I got to bust out probably 80% of the guitar collection and see them be
And drums.
Yep, we.
Can you split screen the slideshow again with us?
Although on my man Caleb, the electric kit looked like a Fisher Price toy.
Caleb's a big dude.
Yeah.
Caleb has some great wardrobe. I have already ordered some. I'm copying his wardrobe. I ordered some of your shirts.
That's gonna be a good look for you.
I've ordered some of your shirts.
Yeah, he threatened to wear a kilt playing the drums,
I'm
and
not wearing a kilt.
It
I
would
said,
not be the first
we're
time.
gonna
he's
be
done
on
that.
stage, Caleb. Please no.
And with drums, your legs are spread. There's
Yes.
no.
Yes.
There is, yes. So he did wear pants, but I hope you're not going to copy the kilt. I quite like the bell bottoms.
I have played with him
Those.
many times where he was wearing a kilt. I'm not gonna lie.
And Cat played trumpet.
I did.
Now the song
Yeah.
Waves. I don't know that song.
St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Now they actually, you know what's funny is they play Alabama all the time.
I believe they're
from.
from
Believe, I don't know.
Alabama.
Because when you said the name, I'm like, they played at the Coca-Cola bottling, the event center in Opelika. Like not just Alabama, they played in Opelika. They played in Waverly, which is right down the road.
They were super cool, and that was the first time I've read standard notation for a song in a long time, because I haven't played jazz in forever.
That was, I'm sorry, that was in the back there. That was Caleb playing the drums back there.
Those are the Hannahs. That's David's hand.
There's Caleb on the drums.
There's Caleb on the drums. Now, you guys were saying this stuff, but there is at least a 30-second delay.
Oh, okay, I forgot.
But there.
Yeah, there was probably a cross section of about 35 years of people that we know and adore that came to help do this with us and make it a great time, and it was super fun. I am exhausted. I don't know about.
I don't think I've slept more than 10 hours in 3 nights total.
And Larry, you were jet lagged like a.
I slept. I woke up today. I went back to sleep. There was a lunch here. First of all, cat and food. The food thing was insane.
Cat has to feed the neighborhood. That's her.
So the tray of cookies that was pictured earlier, that was one of 3 trays of cookies.
There was gluten. They were labeled gluten free. Some not gluten free. There's the cookies coming up. Or they just came up. There were. Everything. There was just everything. There was a lot of everything. And then the breakfast. I woke up today to the smell of bacon.
Yes.
And a house full of people. And at some point, I got too comfortable in that chair upstairs. And I'm like, I'm done.
It's hard to get out of.
Did you get your nap in?
A little one, yeah.
You got a nap. I had to. My nap lasted 10, maybe 20, maybe 6 hours. Yeah. I think it lasted 6 hours. I had a little 6-hour nap. And then I really didn't want to get up, but I was like, I looked at the clock and I was like, I got to start getting ready for the show tonight. Otherwise, I would still be. There's our lovely director, right there, and his lovely wife. And there's Caleb, again. And did the shot go by with the Cat and Jana and Megan singing? That's one of my favorite shots. I don't know if that went by already.
I like the one with Cat and the 2 different length sleeves.
Yes.
All of a sudden I looked down and I was like, how long has this been like this, guys?
I wasn't gonna tell you, but there was also that great gangster shot that Larry took on my mom.
Yeah.
Like, sitting at the table.
Oh, I didn't
all
put it
night.
in here.
My mom she's about your mom's age, and she's this little.
Don't mention age because my mom's watching. She's be upset.
Well, your mom looks much younger. I'll say that. But she's sitting at like this big round table all by herself.
Yep.
And it is a Godfather shot. It's as gangster as can be. So my little Italian mom is sitting there, and of course she got Marcos with that hat. I had more fun in 2 days than I ever thought I would, especially for something that is kind of serious.
There's Marco who married you guys.
Yeah.
On there for a second. There was one shot with his hat too, but I think that's in the very beginning. There's the doggy station.
Yep, that was Cash's cousin, his cousin
Gilligan,
who's my dear friend Bethany's dog. We went through the program together because they don't just give you a dog.
Right.
And Cash has been on the show a couple times.
Oh, there he is.
Or has at least been referenced a few times here. And again, it's a wonderful program, but you really got to put in the work. And Bethany was one of my classmates, kind of my battle buddy in that. And she looked after Cash for a good part of the day because with both Cat and me on stage, we weren't gonna leave him unattended. He's smart and he's a good boy, but he's not that good of a boy with that much food around. So
he would have had cake.
Yeah, see where it
We can go back to a single shot.
would have been unauthorized,
Go on.
but here we go.
Cool. Bring it back. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Oh, well, I lost it.
Oh, absolutely, Brett. I'd play in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Brett wants Kat to play muted trumpet.
I'm trying to get her a flugelhorn. Brett,
Because we have this thing about King of the Hill. We've watched it, 4 times together?
And as you know,
All 13 seasons?
any song can be turned into "Feel So Good" by Chuck Mangione, who was the commencement speaker at my brother's college graduation. I just thought that was bizarre. But we that well, your dad has that record somewhere.
Yes,
in
yes.
Rex's record collection is behind us, and every so often.
All but 163 of them.
Yes, that's true. Well, we'll bust out just random whatever, but it always comes back to Chuck Mangione for some reason. And it was actually it was on Reverb, St. Paul and the Broken Bones. You know, they do the sometimes a group will sell a bunch of their gear.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost bought that flugelhorn
Oh, really?
that they had. I was like, what? Is Cat gonna be mad if I spend like $1,000 on this thing? Like, you know, Chuck had a top 40 hit with a flugelhorn. I mean, it can be done, so it's gonna happen one of these days. That and a pocket trumpet.
Pocket trumpets are awesome.
Because they're hard to find a quality one. Because you read all the reviews and it's this thing's junk or whatever. But and you don't really want to spend a whole bunch of money on a pocket trumpet. But sooner or later, she's just gonna come home and there'll be one sitting on her desk.
It'll be me-sized,
Right.
pocket trumpets.
Because of all the things that Buckaroo Banzai has taught us is that you must have a pocket trumpet
Or
and a guy who can play 2 saxophones at the same time.
Named John Big Boutte.
Yes.
yes, or no matter where you go, there you are.
Well, and here you are. You're stuck with me now.
Did we sign those papers?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because now you're on my health insurance, right? Like,
Yes.
Brett wants the trombone.
I've done a little.
I played some French horn, trombone. When I was in music school, you have to do this tech class, so you learn all the different instruments. So in one semester, I had to learn to play the clarinet, the flute, the trombone, the French horn. And if I had stayed in music college, like the next year was like oboe and viola, and I was like, this is not going to end well for me. Because I was okay with clarinet, but I almost passed out playing flute. There's no resistance, right? You're just, when I was a brass player, and we didn't have that. I'd have been okay. And I hung out with all the D-gen musicians. They called it Percussion Alley because that was where the drummers, the saxophone players, guitar players, bass players, the guys that were into jazz and rock and roll and stuff like that used to hang out. That's right, I forgot. Kristen and soon will be a drummer again because I don't really have a place to put that other kit right now. So if it were to live at your house for a while,
You gotta bring it to Texas.
not a problem. It can be done.
Guess that means we have to go visit.
Yes, we have the means to do this.
I remember I started playing guitar because my mom threw my drum set out the window. So. Is it electronic kit?
Yeah,
Okay, then it's fine.
It's an Alesis E-kit, and again, you saw my drummer, like the fact that thing is still intact.
Oh, you're giving them that kit.
That kit, yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah, that's
Taylor
perfect.
can throw down on drums.
Animal.
And yeah, exactly. I think we used to put one on his drum set once, but that guy used to shred sticks too. And before we had caged the drums when we played together in Kansas City, like one time I caught like a shard of his drumstick in the side of the neck. Like I'm thinking, I hope that didn't hit an artery, but like that hurt. But I mean, everybody. We're so fortunate. Our friends, my friend Philip, who God I've known since he was a teenager, and a wonderful bass player, guitar player, plays a mean slide. He's actually a good singer too, but he won't admit that. And we were absolutely blessed to have. I mean, these people got on a plane, had less than a day's rehearsal, and just came to help us celebrate.
And we did it live.
We did a lot of things. Remember how you talked about the time you were playing the wrong patch and the wrong song in the wrong key?
Yep.
And well, we for some bizarre reason we started with the second song in the set.
Yeah,
but
'cause I was
only
talking
told
with-
half the band.
I was talking with Megan, and she goes, should I be up there? And then you guys get in the chorus. She goes, oh, I'm on this song. And then she came back. She was like, wait, they started with the second song.
And I to this well, I still have no idea why, because I had the list. I knew what we were supposed to do, and suddenly everybody's playing a different tune. It's like, okay, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry because we had more fun at that point. It was
And it was right after the, hey guys, we had a little bit of a rehearsal, we're gonna do this,
yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming and listening to our very
There's gonna be some wrong
interesting,
notes.
there's gonna be some wrong notes, and then there is an entire song of wrong notes.
Well, and the two songs are exactly nothing alike. It's like one starts on D and then starts in D minor. So
And then everybody looks at each other and they figure it
so
out.
Brian's like, what was it? And I'm just like, I'm like, well, this is not, like, you couldn't even cover that up, right? So.
It was great. It was perfect timing, and yeah.
That was one of the best days of my entire life. Even though, at one point my answer was, well, I've played worse. Everybody had fun, and somebody told me if you're both there, everybody has a good time, and you're still married at the end of the day, then you did it right. And to have every little compartment of, I mean, I don't know how I'll say it. I'm almost 50, right? So like I've got all these little boxes of, okay, I grew up here, and so my friend Jana, who I've been friends with for like 30 years, and my friend Nate from high school are there, and then people that I worked with in Iowa, in Kansas City, and here, and my last work partner, like I used to do real work.
She played guitar, I mean.
Yes, she did.
I don't
She
even know
did.
you were going to do that. My friend Lisa, we spent 3 years, on our desks across the cube from each other, and she's one of my favorite people in the world. And
We had she works with me, all the way from Alaska, and her brother from Michigan, and their lovely spouses. I had a friend from elementary school, one of my dearest friends from Kansas City who doesn't play music, so we ticked that box too. My dad's sister, my cousin, my mom wasn't able to make it because my dad was winning getting inducted into the Hall of Fame the same day I got married. But he was with us, so it was really weird.
yeah, your dad's physical presence seemed to make our wedding, but yet he was honored in like the sport.
Posthumously at the Sports Hall of Fame for Benedictine College. I actually didn't know that,
Rex is
representing
still
here too.
his influence is still heavily felt, and then half of my staff was there, so like it was
Marisa was literally half of my staff as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because you employ
Two people, very part-time.
But,
You had people from Alaska and Hawaii there, right?
just Alaska.
Just Alaska?
well, Chris had been. He was talking about. I think he'd been
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
to Hawaii, but no. Chris worked at midnight Friday, so he could come down Saturday, and he was my roommate at this leadership academy that we went to, and yeah, I'm sure you saw his demeanor with me is like my other big brother. Like he tells me what to do and does it in a really loving way, but it was that event, like I'm gonna be reeling for that for months. Just how fortunate we are to have. I didn't realize we had that many special people in our life, and how blessed we are. The funny thing is, I didn't have that many special people, or at least recognize it until I had you. As my sister-in-law put it, when again you bring your girlfriend home to meet your parents in your late 40s, and she's like, "Who are you?" we didn't know you at all. Yes, as Geronimo says, well, there was Happy Steve, and there was like sometimes Happy Steve, and I met Happy Cat and sometimes Happy Cat, but it sounds kind of trite or whatever, but when you figure yourself out and who you're supposed to be with, it really does make a big difference. And, I never finished a song until I met her. I'd been trying to write since the night. This record that I'm gonna put out, I had the idea like in the 9th grade. And every time I'd start, I'm like, this is garbage. I throw this out. And she made me stop hitting the delete button
You should never delete.
on things.
Oh, it was a fight.
Yeah.
It was a fight.
And so some things I'll leave alone for 6 months and it'll come back to me. Or in the case of the other song we played, I started that in 2018 when we lived in Texas and didn't touch it again until like 6 months ago and finished it. And it took me another 2 months to figure out how I played the solo in it because when you're recording, you don't really write it down and it's, oh, well, this is my 3rd take. Hey, I really like that one. And you don't care because you're just trying to fill space. And I was talking to Brett about this and it's like, how the heck am I going to play that? Like, I'm going to have to send it to somebody to help me figure it out.
Don't even worry about that.
Yeah.
And I liked that solo, so I really wanted to learn it. But the lick at the end, I was like, well, where's the jerk who wrote this? And all these names.
Alright. So, Kat and Stephen, congratulations.
Thank you
This
very
beautiful
much.
ceremony from beautiful people. Thank you for inviting me to be part of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being
Willing to sit with. What did they end up calling us? Scat in the DJs.
Scat in the DJs was the thing. But you know, at the risk of being too long-winded and saying more than I should because we've already taken up too much time, I'll embarrass you because when we met you in Dallas in 2018, we were trying to figure out, hey, is this gonna work? You know, this is really hard. You know, my job, she's starting a whole new business and still working corporate, and I had moved like the 17th time, and you know, no secrets in this community. We had both been through a painful divorce each, and so she said, "Oh, we still gotta go to the festival." I'm like, "Hey, we should go together, etc." Hey, you gotta meet this guy, Larry Mitchell. I used to listen. You know, we sold this record in the store when I was in high school. And I got really excited about it, and you were at the J. Brad's guitar booth, and so you did the one finger pick scrape, and I forget what I said. I'm like, oh, now she's gonna know where I learned that, and you said, Larry says to Kat, well, he taught me that. Hey, what was your name again? And Kat has a resting face when she's concentrating that makes her look angry. So she's watching Larry's hands really intently, and so he starts mugging her back. And I'm like, okay, we're either not going to get invited to watch the set, and I remember telling you about the connection I have with Traveler, and that I had some hand issues. And I think it's do you still have the Sunburst Kanai? He hands me this guitar. Hey, you might like these. And then goes off to do his set. So I'm holding this. I don't know who owns this guitar. I don't know if it belongs to the booth or not. So I'm like kind of half twiddling with it. While Larry's up doing a show, I'm looking at her like, I feel like I have to give this back to him. Like, this isn't a present. I feel like he gave me a yo-yo. Like, I'm already good, right? I'm pretty happy. So at some point I gotta go back and give him this guitar. And I don't know how it happened. So is that you got in a car accident too?
No, that was a couple years later. Yeah.
Years later. And so the point of that whole long diatribe was we shared the love of this music, and I got to introduce Kat to it, and you were very kind to us. And then of course this whole community, and it's just been kind of a thread in our time together. So we couldn't imagine having done this without you here. So it really, really meant a lot to us. So in front of all our community, thank you.
We hang out with you virtually every Sunday.
Yeah, we don't.
And
You guys
Tuesday.
rarely miss a show.
We rarely miss.
Brett, one time I had a work thing, and then I was like really sick and whatever. Brett was like, "Hey man, I didn't see you. Want to go? You alright? Like you okay, buddy?" I was like, "Man, I love you, dude. Thank you."
We will let Larry get back to.
I'm just gonna do a closing song. Stephen's gonna play with me.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
let him
right.
get out of here then.
That's the other Larry thing. If you sit there noodling on one of his songs, he's gonna make you play it.
tuning into It Happened on a Sunday. It certainly happened on a Sunday. It happened last night on a Saturday as well. Keep playing. Thank you, Geronimo, for directing. Thank you, Kat and Steven, for being a guest. I saw Jess on here from Guitars in the Classroom. Hey, Jess. Yes, I'm back in the country. And actually, Jess, I'm coming to San Diego. Jess, I am inducting Jamie Shadowlight and Monette Marino into the San Diego Music Hall of Fame November 3rd. So I will be there the 2nd and the 3rd. And then I gotta go to Oregon or Washington State the 4th, the next day. So Jess, hope to see you. Let me know if we're gonna do anything with Guitars in the Classroom anytime. I just switched over to Facebook a little while ago and saw that they're kind of doing their ghosting thing on me. I know there's only 2 people watching because they didn't send it out to anybody, which is rare because I used to have a lot of people watching on Facebook. So I don't know what to do about Facebook. I'm probably just gonna stream on Twitch again, but if you are watching, thank you for watching there. Anyway, there's a quote by my friend Zach, one of my favorite quotes. Cool. Hey, Sarah. When I've gone home, actually, I need to turn the quote around. Can I see the quote?
Which one is it?
Right.
That's not it. Which one is it? I apologize.
It's okay. It's up there at the top. Those are in credits, I think you got on there, which are old.
We don't have it.
Anyway, when I've gone home, they'll say I was here, and I put a little Tintin fear that I made someone smile. I hope we made you guys smile tonight, and you keep smiling and keep smiling. Thank you. Thank you, Dale, Holly Ray, Brett.
The quote's not there.
It's in the, oh, I mean, we might have hit it.
We might have, yeah.
Thank you guys so much. And I'll see some of you on Tuesday. I am flying on Tuesday. I'm landing with plenty of time, but you never know these days. So I'm planning on doing it from home, Tuesday Night Live, but I may end up doing it from the airport.